This is a really quick tip. If your Breville Barista Express is leaking from the espresso area, I forget what it's called. I think it's called the portafilter. But I had this issue where anytime we turn on the espresso, the water would start leaking out of the side. So I figured I had a bad gasket, but I read online that some people would replace this O-ring here, and then a week or two later it would still bust. And the reason for that is because these screws are not tight around this portafilter housing collar thing. So I went ahead and took the whole machine apart just to make sure that these screws were absolutely tight, because if they're not, that O-ring is going to be useless anyway. So when I took it all apart, I realized that these screws were pretty much as tight as they can be. None of them were loose. So I spent about an hour and a half disassembling this thing only to find that out. And then what I found was that this was the O-ring that was in there. You can see it's pretty much busted, it's done. This is probably about 6 years old, I'd say. It's the original O-ring, and obviously this is the new one. So what I'm getting at here is, before you go disassembling your whole entire machine and having to reassemble it again, just try to replace the O-ring and see if it fixes it. And then if it busts again, it's probably a loose screw. Otherwise, I don't think you need to take apart the whole machine just to check these screws like I did, and you can save yourself probably 2 to 4 hours from having to disassemble it and then reassemble it again. So just a tip for someone out there that's experiencing this problem.